Coming up on the lowdown, another custom PS4 is coming to Japan after the successful Disney's Frozen console. The Sims 4 was released today and encountered a few issues, but they've issued a Day 1 patch to help fix your virtual problems. We heard about the Day 0 pre-order bonus for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now find out what else you'll get. The lowdown starts now. Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth Panos with The Grid Gaming, bringing you the lowdown. Another custom console is coming to Japan after the successful Disney's Frozen. With the launch of Dragon Quest Heroes, Sony will be releasing a Metal Slime PlayStation 4. This special console includes a removable USB cover of a smiling slime blob. An exact availability date for the Metal Slime PS4 in Japan has not yet been revealed. Dragon Quest Heroes is launching sometime next year in 2015. Ubisoft reminded fans earlier today about the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 beta coming for the crew.
Follow your target, anticipate their every move, and don't get left in the dust. Your car is a weapon. Use it wisely to take down your mark.
The intense open world racing games beta will be at the end of this month, which you can register for today on the official crew website. The game will also be coming to Xbox 360, although no word on a beta for that console just yet, but will not be coming to PlayStation 3 or the Wii U. The crew is scheduled to be released on November 11th, 2014. Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, will render at 1080p and run 60 frames per second, according to publisher Tecmo Koei. The game will also be released on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, however, it will have a different frame rate and resolution. Developer Team Ninja announced that the next-gen remaster of Dead or Alive 5 will be released sometime in spring 2015. Far Cry 4 is avoiding Peta. The series allowing players to slaughter animals now no longer makes players forced to kill animals, and players also do not receive rewards for killing certain animals like elephants. Creative director Alex Hutchinson said, quote, "Yes, there's upgrade paths to do with the animals, but there are very few times when you are forced in the game to hunt an animal or kill an animal. So I think it's in there as a sort of player expression, how much you want to do it or which animals you might spare." The Sims 4 was released today but has quickly faced a few technical issues. A Day 1 patch to fix bugs and crashes has been issued. Thanks to the patch, the game should be crash-free in build mode and in Create a Sim, and issues with dating the Reaper and getting babies stuck in household inventory should now be fixed as well. If you're playing, let us know what you think so far. All right, Aaron's gonna tell us a little bit about what's coming up in Social Hour a little later.
What's up guys, Aaron here, and I must admit I'm still annoyed at the whole Peta thing. Come on Peta, loosen up. You guys go after everybody. They came after Mario once. But I'm going to be bringing to you guys, yes, Social Hour, but first I'm going to be bringing to you guys actually some random games. I go through the Android store, the iOS, and just pick random games. Whatever, are they good, are they bad? You'll have to stay and find out. I didn't even know when I picked them. And then after that is Social Hour, but for now, we're going to go back to the lovely and wonderful and mildly mediocre Elizabeth Panos.
Thanks, Aaron. We talked about the Day 0 pre-order bonus for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare not too long ago, and now there's another pre-order bonus. Activision revealed you'll get the level 20 Legendary Blacksmith armor shader for Bungie's Destiny. All you need to do is pre-order the upcoming shooter at GameStop in the United States before September 21st. You can also pre-order online to receive a code for the legendary in-game item. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Elizabeth Panos with The Grid Gaming. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at GridElizabeth, and also on Facebook at Elizabeth Panos. And now Aaron has some cool stuff to tell you guys.
What's up guys, Aaron here. Hello, it's nice to see you all. I can see you guys, you know the Connect you have and all that stuff in your house. I can see you guys through what you're doing at your homes. You right there, take your finger out of your nose. All right, but now we're going to get into random games. And like I said, I did pick 3 random ones. And the first one I did pick was a game called Phailer 1945. And it was released by Epic Force. Now what it is, it's a top-down war-based shoot-'em-up. Kinds reminded me of 1943, 1942 on the Nintendo. A really fun game, actually. Your mission is to destroy the secret weapon prototypes of the Nazis. That's right. The Nazis are around and they're alive. Did you guys see Inglourious Bastards? That is a game I loved and I liked. Also, I played my share of these in my time. I've played a ton of them. There's some good ones. There's also some really bad ones. This one I would say overall was a pretty good experience. I will definitely say it wasn't a bad one. But something I did like was definitely the graphics in the game. They weren't like overwhelmingly awesome and they weren't underwhelming. They were that perfect feel, I guess, that worked for a war game. And speaking of war games, I was a little upset at first at how the lack of power-ups and special weapons. And then I thought to myself, you know what, this game's trying to keep it real a little bit. This is supposed to be based in what, 1945, so it wouldn't really make sense to have like crazy bullet hell shoot 'em ups. But overall it was good. Some of the levels did drag on quite a bit. It took a while to get to the end bosses in the game, which kind of felt, I found myself searching halfway through sometimes like, all right, I would like to go to a new level. And the music was cool, but also the music did kind of go in and out of the same levels. The next level, the second level, just kind of continued the first level music. But that's enough for that game, but it is a good game. I actually do recommend getting it. I will say it was pretty fun. The next one is a game called Deep Dungeons of Doom, and it was developed by Bossa Studios. Now, Bossa Studios is actually a London-based team of like award-winning developers, so they do some good stuff, and I will say they did do well with this. It's a turn-based, like side view RPG style game. You go through all these different levels of a dungeon. Now each level you go through, you're faced with different enemies, and it is, like I said, turn-based. And normally when you play turn-based games, they stick to what those normally do, where you're not actually hitting the people, you just choose your hit. You can also block, which I did find the block to be pretty cool in this game. It was very important. It was like super timed out, the times you had to block the characters. Now, it also, in a weird way, somewhat reminded me of Punch-Out with the timings, because the enemies you're fighting, you gotta like watch your arms, they'll be standing there and they'll just barely move. And then, you know, gotta hit block because they're gonna move. Just like I said, like in Super Punch-Out. See, Super Punch-Out leading the way for these games. This was a great game, like I said, you guys. Another thing which is cool is you can choose between a few different players, a Crusader, a Witch, or a Mercenary. I think I was a Crusader. I think I kind of rushed when I picked who I picked, so I was just kind of stuck with who I picked. And the last thing is the game has a 4.1 on the Google Play Store, and I will say that's pretty darn accurate. The game wasn't overly insanely great, but it was still a really good game. 4.1 out of 5 is a pretty good call. I'd give it a 4.2 for up to me, but if everything was up to me, the world would be a better place. Aaron Stapish. All right, the last one I want to tell you guys about is a game named Kung Fu Do Fighting, and it was developed by Wah Game. Now, I thought it was Kung Fu Do when I read it, but then our editor was like, no, Aaron, that's not right. The game was written in Chinese, so I had to actually search gameplay to find it. But it's an action fighting game, and they say it's the world's largest fighting contest has begun, and there are no rules. And also, there's not many buttons. Speaking of no rules, there's like no buttons. The main button is one hit button on the right side of the screen. It's like, in a fighting game, I kind of expected a lot of buttons. I was just like, one? Okay, and after a while, when I'd hit and do some crazy stuff, out of nowhere, the special move would appear and I'd be able to do it. But that was it. It wasn't long-lived. It was just kind of like, yeah, that was it. But also another thing, you guys, I would recommend playing this game with like a Moga controller, because touchscreen on fighting games just doesn't work. I also found the game sometimes to lag. When I would push like up and left, my character would just jump straight up. So, yeah, but overall, you guys, I would say if you're gonna get one, get the Dungeons of Doom, Deep Dungeons of Doom. That was by far the best one. But now it's time to talk to you guys. You guys can play these games and tell us before you talk to us if you like these games or not. But you guys, let's do it. We're walking over to Social Hour. Let's go. What's up, guys? We're back. Elizabeth actually didn't know she was gonna be back, so I'm like, hey, you gotta be in Social Hour. How do you feel? Are you glad to be back?
Hey guys, of course I'm happy to be back.
Okay, good. Let's get straight into the segment where we talk to you guys, the people. The first one comes from James King. He says, one of the best movies I own on DVD and is a picture of toys with the Mr. Robin Williams that we all love.
I actually never saw that.
You gotta see it. How about this?
I'm like really shocked. I love Patch Adams.
Is that your favorite Robin Williams?
I think so.
I like
a lot of them.
Mine's probably Jumanji.
Oh yeah, I love Jumanji.
Animals, like Peta. Screw you, Peta. All right, next one. I'm gonna read the next one. RPG Tour Guide says, I'm mostly console gaming. I've done PC gaming, but my last few computers haven't been good enough to handle today's PC gaming needs. Someday, I may take my own gaming computer, but we'll see. For now, sticking to my console RPGs. Your name is RPG Tour Guide.
Makes
I had
sense.
a feeling you liked RPGs. But yeah, there's a big debate still on PC versus console. What do you like better?
I like consoles.
Yeah, see? Power to the consoles. Sorry, all you PC people out there. The
I
next
still
one.
like PC too.
Yeah, no, me too.
Completely next PC.
Steam. All right, next one. It's from Gamer in Retro. He says, Aaron, can we have a shirtless Elizabeth instead of you? I Chihuahua Elizabeth. How do you feel about shirtless pics?
No.
What about on me?
Well, you do it anyway.
I've been tanning a lot, guys. Grid Aaron, follow. You will see some great areolas. All right, the next one comes from Matt White. He tweeted an awesome picture. He said, just wanted to share this goalie mask painted with Nintendo characters. Thought you might enjoy this. Holy crap.
This is actually really cool. Aaron showed me and he's like, are you okay? I didn't even say anything for a
Yeah, I
second.
showed it to her on the computer. I'm like, look at this picture of the goalie mask. And she's like,
shut up.
I'm like,
it's cool looking.
Having something going wrong with you there? All right, the next one is from Andrew Becker. He says, dude, you totally need this shirt. I saw it at Target. It is a taco shirt.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You know what?
I think Ricky should have
The
it.
best food in the world is just straight up Mexican tacos from like the places that look like they have rats. I'm dead serious.
It's actually true though.
It's true. You go to places like Del Taco and it's all fresh and it's good. I'm a big Del Taco advocate. This episode of Great Gaming brought to you by Del Taco.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's definitely not. Definitely not Del Taco. You could pay me if you want to.
You can move on.
I would take that. I guess I could move on. The next one is actually goes perfect with this. It was me. I tweeted out what Ricky randomly texted me in the middle of the night for no reason. He said, barbacoa burrito, white rice, black beans, pico de gallo, and medium salsa and sour cream and cheese. And can you get me some chips, please? The best part about this is I was just sitting there on a weeknight playing video games by myself and not even talking to Ricky. And I get this text. I'm like, does Ricky think I'm his like slave or something?
No, that just means you've been friends for a long time.
We have been friends. Elizabeth, you're reading the next one because you didn't know we're doing this, but right here with Mr.
We're
Boom
switching
Crew.
broken one.
Start with that man.
Boom Crew said, Aaron had way too much sugar before social hour. Aaron doesn't need sugar. Aaron just has ADD.
I actually
Not like I do.
I don't take much sugar. What is it, a drug? I don't eat that much sugar. It's just mostly in Dr. Pepper, which I had a can right before this.
That's
This
true.
episode of Grid Gaming brought to you by Dr. No, I'm scared.
No. Okay, blah, I don't care 11 said, one awkward, I knew a guy named Anal Joy. You think you made that up, or is that true?
Probably the worst name. Well, Anal Joy is a bad name, but also professional football player. There was a guy named Dick Buttkiss.
Yeah.
Let's just. I'm sorry.
Whizzle Thump. When Aaron was twirling the tablet, I was waiting for it to shoot out of his hands because he said it's not his, and that would make it twice as funny. He should probably not do it right now.
I'm gonna owe this company a lot of money.
Okay, Retro Dustbin said check out Blazing Star on the SNK mobile store. The touch controls are actually pretty good after you adjust them a bit. I can't read that fast.
Well, thank you for the recommendation. Again, you guys, I'm Aaron Stapish.
I'm Elizabeth Panos.
And we'll talk to you guys again here soon at the Grid Gaming with Social Hour. You get out of here, man.
Stop again? Really?